Nafisa Collier is playing with right now.
27 points, 17 rebounds, and there's Billings again. McDonald gets it to Billings from the short corner. That's not there. And another chance. McDonald wants it. Wow.
Again, Erie McDonald, every time there's a run, she's in there. She has played outstanding basketball in this one.
14 points, a two-possession game. Both these teams have left everything out here. Minnesota is calling a 20-second timeout because this is now just a two-possession game. Let's take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. ESPN2 is New York and Chicago Sunday at 3 Eastern, and CBS Sports Network has a doubleheader Tuesday with New York and Dallas at 8, followed by Washington and Phoenix at 10. For more on these games, go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Leo, we have 40.7 seconds on the clock, and yet a two-possession difference doesn't feel like a lot right now.
It really doesn't, and especially if, Atlanta does a good job of figuring out how to stop the clock, how to get inside. They play a lot of bully ball where they're getting fouls, and they've done a good job in this game of getting to the free throw line.
And it's Minnesota ball. Nafisa Collier has been MVP level in the fourth quarter and overtime, 8 of 12, carrying her team to this point. McBride, a lot of pressure, and Howard is whistled for the foul. Did Tanisha Wright think that was a violation? Or that the foul should have been earlier?
I wasn't sure what was going on, and I just looked down to the right, and she was going ballistic. So she thought something was going on.
Both these teams entered tonight identical 17 and 19 records, tied for 5th in the WNBA standings. In a precarious position where you could move up higher, drop down farther potentially, and trying to stave that off with 3 or 4 games remaining. Free throws will be coming up here for Kayla McBride after they clean the floor. And that's sending a near 90% career shooter to the line. She misses the first. Minnesota 7 of 10. Atlanta has tried twice as many. McBride wasn't going to miss 2 in a row. That extends this lead to 7. Another timeout is called. That is Atlanta trailing by 7, and that is their final timeout. Minnesota does still have one. I mentioned those standings, both of these teams entering today in a 3-way tie for 5th.
It's amazing just how jammed up this whole thing is right now, and every team has kind of hit a piece where they've been playing really well and then hit a part where they've been playing poorly, and this is why you have this log jam right in the middle of the bracket.
Minnesota just coming off a loss to the Mystics, and Atlanta trying to sweep Minnesota here. What does it take to be able to hold on in this situation? We've seen the lead flop so many times, and Minnesota trying to protect what is a multiple possession game.
It's always going to be about the defense, Minnesota's defense, and in this game when we saw them handling things, playing their best basketball, is when their defense was locking down, which allowed the offense to open up, and that's what they need to do to finish out here these last 34 seconds.
Atlanta is sticking with a couple of bench players, and Minnesota sticking with Bridget Carlton instead of starter Diamond Miller. So both teams using their bench here in crucial moments. Howard with Fee in her face, no! And there is Hillman saving the day to Parker.
Parker continues to dominate in the paint. Oh, everyone is slipping on this floor.
Timeout called by Minnesota. So that is their timeout in what is now a 5-point game, a second difference. It's now 24 seconds on the game clock.
Minnesota now is just taking care of the ball. You don't want to make any ridiculous mistakes, turn it over, do anything like that. And here you can see the hustle and the points in the paint. That's 44 of them right now for Atlanta. Actually tied for both teams, have 44 points in the paint. So that's one area that Minnesota really kind of crept back into, because Atlanta really dominated the paint for a big part of the second half.
Nas Hillman was someone who Coach Wright and her teammates had been really hyping up and talking about coming into this matchup, had been scoring 7 points the last 5 games overall this season, under 4, but had stepped it up. And her tonight, 13 points, 9 rebounds, and you cannot have a bigger offensive rebound. And then the moment decision-making to dish it off.
Yeah, Tanisha Wright talks about Nas Hillman is, when her number is being called, she has been ready, and that she's been bringing an energy to the game that's been contagious, a different kind of energy. Just really pleased with her play.
Minnesota trying to continue what's been a great trend this season, 14-2. Their last 16 games decided by single digits. They go to Fee. She rips it away. No whistle. She loses it. Emmy here into the game, up ahead to Billing. She lays it in. 14.9 on the clock. Mitchell is fouled with 12.4 to go.
And this is what Atlanta does really, really well. We talked about it. The only thing Minnesota didn't want to do is have a really bad turnover, live turnover, and that's exactly what happened. Nafisa gets caught up here and can't get loose. And off to they are running. And Billings hit. I mean, that was quick, fast, and efficient by Atlanta.
In this 3-point game, it is Mitchell at the free throw line. Big make on the front end. That brings it back to a 2-possession game.
Yeah, I was just saying, putting Dorka Juhas back in the game. Might need an extra board.
Mitchell keeps it at 4, and Parker, it was cleared out but poked away by Collier. She lost it, she got it back, and McBride is fouled.
And now the crowd can breathe. Oh, wow.
She looks shocked at the turn of fate for herself.
Unbelievable. What a game. What a game by both teams. This has been really good, entertaining basketball.
From a turnover, you can't wait to forget about, to poking it away and sealing this game. Nafisa Collier was MVP. This fourth quarter in overtime.
And we knew it. We talked about it at the start of the game. My key to the game was we needed phenomenal Fee to be everything in this game, and her 27 points and 17 boards says phenomenal Fee to me.
A heave at the buzzer won't change this. It is a 91-85 all-out battle to win against the Dream.